Okay, ladies and gentlemen, over the past couple of hours, the crypto market has been going absolutely crazy. And I'm not actually meaning this only in a positive sense. No, in the past couple of hours, Bitcoin went from what? $107,000, something like that, all the way to 102 that it is at right now, with altcoins basically doing the exact same thing. A crazy manipulation move, or at least that's what most of us are calling it right now, because this is not making a whole lot of sense. I mean, I've seen the treasury yields go and see some crazy numbers, and yes, there are some reasons as to why this may have happened. But then again, if you think about it logically, how could we go to $107,000 and $102,000 within like a few hours? Let me just show you what the chart looks like, because right now I don't have any other words for it except for just manipulation, and I've not even seen most alts. I saw many of them are down at least 5%, something like that, but I want to quickly take a look. Anyway, just give me 1 second to load that up here. I mean, first things first, just taking a look at the news. Like, this is all coming up today. Why is the price acting so crazy? Again, I've not even shown you the price yet, but I wanted to quickly show you this first. Big Monday ahead. Trump to speak with Putin. Coinbase joins the S&P 500. Saylor may announce a new Bitcoin purchase. The U.S. Senate to vote on Genius stablecoin bill, and CME launches XRP futures. And I mean, even from the Fed angle, a lot is happening just today, but also tomorrow, obviously, as we have every single Fed member basically speaking over the next 24 hours. So it's definitely something to at least keep in the back of your head. But again, this does not explain the price moves that I will quickly show you now. So Don Alt had this chart to basically explain the phenomenon, or rather, instead of explaining it, just quickly trying to point out the crazy manipulation wave that's going on. We went from over the day, hovering around 103,000 or something, going all the way to 107,000, going for a crazy spurt, the highest we've been in a very long time, before all of a sudden having a break, and that break went to 102.2 thousand. Now, as of this point, we're slowly but surely climbing back up a little bit. That is not showcased in this chart, but I mean, going from 107,000, something along those lines, right back down to there after having the biggest breakout of like the last few months is rather interesting. And perhaps, I was gonna explain some stuff, but honestly, you just can't, right? This is just, the only word you have for this is manipulation. Now, Cred says it's a simple failed breakout failure. I've been stopped out 4 times in a row, but this 5th trade is gonna cook. Obviously, that's a joke, because you can't really draw any line with this. I mean, if you zoom out, the structure looks quite logical, right? Because it just looks like a slow but sure grind towards the upside, attempted breakout and retracement. And actually, this bottom, if you were to draw a line in through here, it basically showcases that it's bounced up higher and higher and higher, slowly but surely. But when you're in the moment and you realize the prices that we are seeing, to go from 107 to 102 in such a short time span is odd. And many altcoins really suffered quite severely because of this. Now, I'm not so sure if you guys can even hear me properly. I'm back home for just a little bit before I'm moving back out again. As you guys know, I fly very freaking often, and right now is not an exception. But did a little Africa tour, did a couple of countries, was actually pretty amazing. But then to come back home and instantly get bamboozled by another manipulation wave like this, I mean, ultimately, it doesn't really matter that much. I saw some people in the comment section say something quite interesting. One of the comments I received today was, Dusty, when you're talking about these dips, you talk about it all the time, but it just sometimes keeps dipping. Or rather, I think his comment was, you've been saying this for a long time. And my response to that, I think the only accurate response I could give is, yes, but it's worth it. So what I mean with that is, I can say it 1,000 times. Most people won't listen, right? But I know from experience, I've been making these videos 9 years in a row, that most people will buy the top, not the dip. If I look at exchanges, if I look at the data, if I look at the comments, when everything's at their best, when things are at their best, right? When every coin is pumping like crazy, that's when people want to try get in. That's when people want to try get gains. When in reality, it should be at the darkest moments, the deepest moments, like for example, right now, this break towards 102. XRP fell to $2.30. Many coins have fallen dramatically. That's when you should get in. But that's not what 95% of people do. And whenever coins come down, I explain, hey, my bot trading strategies I've described for the past few days, they make it so that this is so easy. You don't really have to worry about dips at all. Matter of fact, it buys it automatically and sells them automatically for you. So when I then look back at it, why do most people get in when things are up and up and up? It's actually really stupid. from almost any angle, but it makes sense also because people like to see green and think the green will continue, which is true, but you tend to get a better edge when you know the underlying trend is green and you have a very short moment of red. That's why a couple of days now I've been saying this is your last chance, this is your moment, this is your time to shine. Not because it's the only moment you ever have, but it's a good one to at least try. And again, there goes my biggest point of, you never know when the biggest dip is going to be. You never know if we're going to have another fall back before the move upwards. All I know is you got to take that risk sometimes, or at least you don't have to, but in the end it will be worth it because we know these cryptocurrencies will keep going up over time. And so the only thing you can do is try to get yourself a little bit of an edge by buying at slightly better prices than the rest. If you're buying Bitcoin when it's at 150,000, you're not that special anymore, right? The special thing is, again, to buy it when the prices come down dramatically or drastically, like right now. I'm looking at some people in their house, by the way. That's interesting. Didn't know I could do that. But yeah, as of this point, all I'm gonna say is, well, when the market's down, that's when you go in heavy. You know, you should not be afraid, especially in times like this. If you're afraid, you're gonna lose, right? If you're afraid, you're gonna sell that bottom, and a lot of people will. Right now, you may think, yeah, but that be, because a lot of people will. I know a lot of people right now are saying, no, but only if. A lot of people will sell the exact bottom before we go crazy. I don't want to be that guy. All I do every single day is look at it. Should I buy more? Should I not? It's never, should I sell the freaking bottom? No. It's never a thought on my mind. Again, in a bull market, you can sell if you're in crazy amounts of profit or buy the freaking dip. There's no in between. The other option is you get in a position, like for example with the bots I talk about, and then you double down to get a better average price over time. But that's what you do in bull markets, in my opinion. You don't chicken out. But again, we'll have this conversation in 6 months. I just know that whenever people comment about XRP2, they said they've been waiting for years. I respond saying, you've not made money? You have not made a ton of money in XRP? It went from 50 cents to almost $3.50 in 2 months. If your average price was above like 50, 60, maybe 70 cents, you've been playing this game all wrong. And it's literally, you're the problem. It's so easy to make money in times like this. So I don't know. If you're not making it right now, if you're not making it in the next few months, this is on you, brother, because it's just too freaking easy. But stick around and you'll find out, because you'll see me do it. And I talk about everything I do on this channel. So yeah, just that's about it. Hope you guys are doing okay. Crazy manipulation wave. We don't know what's going on. No crazy news. It's just manipulation. That's literally about it.